Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. Shalom. Hey, shalom, shalom, beloved Akiam and Akwath. Hey, it's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Just wanted to get into a quick live stream. Pretty much laying back enough for the beloved brother Amon Ibad. You know, he did a lesson yesterday, not too long ago, going into this truck driver, this Jake truck driver, that apparently drove through a sundown town. Okay, and as usual, you know, Esau, all right, Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, you know, doing what he does best, and that's persecute us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. But the beautiful thing about it is that this is coming to an end. We're in a time now where this man's being exposed, okay, on all fronts, all right, on all fronts, man. All right, he's lost control of the narrative, you know, being able to be the criminal and the victim. All right, these small hats are being called out. From the small hats, the global elite, all the way down to the regular Joe six-pack Edomite. They're being called out. And they're being found out to be degenerates, man. You know, just complete scum of the earth. And this is the reality, man. This is the time we're in. We're in the time of the revelation of Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. And this is beautiful. This is a heavy part of biblical prophecy, man, that must come to pass. You see? And ultimately, this man's, as you see the title, you know, his perpetual hatred towards the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, it hasn't changed. It's perpetual. It's going to be forever. All right? This man has been, he's been hating us since the womb. Since Jacob and Esau were in the womb, man, of Rebecca. Okay? And there's a history, okay, of him displaying his hatred towards his brother Jacob. And this is going to be an example of it. This video I'm going to show you, courtesy of the beloved brother Amo and Ibad, man. I'm going to land back off that brother's lesson. Now, real quick, before I grab that, let me get this real quick. Let's open up with that. The book of Amos, chapter 1 and verse 11, and it reads, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom," right, 3 going into understanding, "and for 4, all right, I will not turn away the punishment thereof." And we know 4 goes into mercy. All right, and that's something Esau, Edom's not going to receive pursuant to the Zondervan Bible Compact Dictionary. He's the only neighbor of the Israelites that was promised no mercy from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And as we go into this lesson, this is going to be an example as far as why, you know? And this is just the tip of the iceberg, man. Look it, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, right, his blessing, right, which is a killing instrument. This is why you see, anytime you see Jake in a destitute position, or slung up on a tree, or being burnt at the stake, you know, Esau's not too far behind, man. Throughout the course of history, this is what you've seen. You see, Esau wouldn't be too far behind. You see, he'll be at the scene of the crime. Look, and did cast off all pity. He showed no mercy. And his anger did tear perpetually. He kept his wrath forever, man. All right, even to this very day, even to this very moment. All right, this man still has this perpetual hatred for us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? See, because these Edomites know, all right, in the form of the global elite, they know that their progenitor in the form of Esau sold the birthright. They know the story. All right, and they understand the gravity of what their progenitor did, the mistake he made. All right, this is why they're clawing and scratching. All right, and they're on this, they're hell bent to pursue this synthetic immortality. Okay, but let's check this out.
Shalom.
Salakia, let me get to the video.
This video was fair use.
Bear with me, Aki. I'm in Aqua. Actually, I'm gonna play it the long way.
Educational purposes only. Let's play the video.
Hello? Leave me alone! Fucking truck, kill cops! I'm leaving now! Give me your fucking phone! Let's go, bitch! Let's go! Get the fucking truck! Yeah. Don't get out of the truck no more. Don't get out of the truck no more? Taking you out. Yeah. The sheriff's department's coming to get rid of you and your fucking butt. Okay. So stay in your truck. Yes, sir. Before something bad happens. Yes, sir. Get in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm saying, shut your door, shut your mouth. You're the sheriff? You're the sheriff, right? Yes. And you weren't trying to talk to me. Can I'm trying to window down? I'm done talking to me. Shut the door. Can I draw the window down? No, roll the other window down. Hey, sir, you slammed the door on my dog. And that's all I'm recording. I'm going to put you in there. That's all I'm recording for slamming on the door. I didn't slam it on the door. Yes, you did. Have it on recording. Get in the door. Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all going to jail. Y'all going down. This time going down.
Now, hey, this is nothing new. All right, now apparently he was in a sundown town. You see, he's a truck driver. All right, there are some type of a construction site or whatever type of site. And look, it sounded like old boy said he had mud on him, but a soil, whatever. We don't know. All we know is that it was a Jake. All right, doing his job, right? Descended upon apparently a sundown town in North Carolina. All right, and these niggas, hey, these Edomite workers weren't having it, man. They weren't having it, and that goes to show you the hate that they have for us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You see, and this is nothing new. This has been going on for ages. Like during the time when Moses and Aaron, you're on our way to the land of Canaan. One account that comes to mind. When we were on our way to the land of Canaan, I believe we wanted to travel through the, I believe it's in Numbers. We wanted to travel through, is that the King's Highway? Right? Which the King's Highway, you know, pretty much runs east of the Jordan. Pretty much from north to the south, east of the Jordan. Right there in that Trans-Jordan region. And Esau, you know, we were in Kadesh, if I'm not mistaken. It was the city of Kadesh, and my memory serves me right. And we pretty much wanted to pass through Esau's, like, part of Esau's land, because that city was, if I'm not mistaken, maybe south of Esau's land. We can pull it up on a biblical map. I can't do that right now, but hey, bear with me. This phone doesn't fall down. But needless to say, we wanted to travel through a portion of Esau's land to get to the land of Canaan, because we were like in the outskirts of the city Kadesh or what have you. And this nigga wasn't having it. As a matter of fact, I should probably just grab that account. Kind of hard driving, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm just like through the spirit. But let's try to grab it. I want to see that's like Numbers. I can just look up King's Highway. Let me see what I got. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the book of Numbers, chapter 20. There it goes. Where am I going to start here? King of Edom. That ends that there. Yeah, let's start right here. Let's start. Numbers 20 and 14 is where we want to start. Now this right here, this account right here is a testimony that Esau hasn't changed. Esau's had this energy towards us since the days of old, man. Okay? Since the days of old. Check this out. Numbers 20 and 14, it reads, and Moses sent messengers, okay, from Kadesh unto the king of Edom. Thus saith thy brother Israel, thou knowest all the travail that hath befallen us, how our fathers went down, bear with me, how our fathers went down into Egypt, and we have dwelt in Egypt a long time. And the Egyptians vexed us and our fathers. And when we cried unto the Lord Yahweh, he heard our voice and sent an angel and hath brought us forth out of Egypt. We know that angel was Yahushai, right? And behold, we are in Kadesh, a city in the uttermost of thy border, right? So Kadesh was in the uttermost part of the border of Edom. But I'm not sure if it was the south. You know, don't take me up on that. I would have to look at it. But I know he was in the uttermost part, that land, that city, and that's where we were at, right? Trying to make our way to Canaan. You got it. Now you got it. Bear with me, Akim and Aqua. This lady can't drive. You got it. All right. But anyway, let me continue on, right? Verse 17. Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left until we have passed thy borders. What does Esau say about this? And Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword, man. Okay? And this is what Esau has done continuously, man. You see? And that video is a great example, you know, of the mindset of the Edomite. Because here it is, they were working. I'm not sure. I wish I knew more intimate information as far as what they were doing for work, but it doesn't really matter. The reality is this: whatever they were doing, that whole project got stalled out. You know, just because these group of racists, all right, weren't trying to receive Jake, nor any of the cargo he had for them, or resources, whatever he had for that site. You know, they weren't having it. Showing you the disdain they have for Jake, man. You know, that's real right there, man. Look at, and Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword, man. And again, this man has done this perpetually, man. That's how we. This is one of the tokens how we know Esau is who we know it is, man. The self-proclaimed white man, man. It's got to be him, man. Look, and the children of Israel said unto him, we will go by the highway. And if my cattle drink of thy water, then I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet. And Esau said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people and with a strong hand, man. Okay, so we were pretty much begging Esau, man, to let us through, man, to let us go through the King's Highway, to help lighten the trip a bit. You know what I mean? He wasn't having it. He wouldn't let us through that trade route. All right, to the point where he was willing to go to war with us, man, to stop us from coming through. And hey, this is again a token. Esau's always made our life difficult. You see, because he hates Jake. And this is what we're trying to tell you now, Jay. You think this man has anything in store for you to help you? If he do it good, he do it unwillingly, man. You know? And you got the Jake in this 18-wheeler. All right, he slammed the door on the dog, the Edomite. The Edomite slammed the door on the dog. You heard the dog? You know what I mean? You think Esau give a damn about that dog? If Esau had it his way, he would have deleted the Jake and the dog. You know? That's the type of hate that they have for us, man. But the Jake in the truck, the Jake in the 18-wheeler, you know, he'll still have the, you know, you got Jake that go through things like that and they still have the mindset, you know. You know? They still got this reprobate, you know, Stockholm syndrome mindset towards their oppressor. But he's showing you time and time again that he hates you. He disdains you, man. Time and time again. He's never changed. All right, let me see here, right here, man. Let's go here. Bear with me. This phone's gonna try to fall on this little ink on. You got it, brother. Let him go. I'm gonna have to set up that phone stand when I get a chance. All right, make my way over here. Bear with me. I'm gonna not go off. Let me see here. What did I want to get? I lost my train of thought. Did I finish this? Let me make sure I finish this up. Yeah, let me get a little more as a matter of fact. Forgive me. Numbers 20 and 21. Right? Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage through his border. Wherefore Israel turned away from him, man. You know, so we said, you know, hell with him. You know? But you see how Esau dealt with us, man. He's been dealing with us like that since the beginning. And again, this video was a perfect example of the mindset of an Edomite. That's showing you that he's your enemy. I know what I wanted. The Wadi Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And we tell you, Jake, time and time again. Well, the scriptures tell you time and time again. We just echo it. When you go to Sirach 12 and 10. All right, never trust thine enemy, man. All right, and when you go to the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter, it tells us clearly who our enemies are, man. And who is an enemy to our power. And it brings up Esau twice. You see? In the form of Edom and Amalek. Showing you that whole house, okay, isn't dealing with us, man. So you Jake that sell out and, you know, make this covenant with death. All right? You're going to find yourself in a position where we've always ended up being in. With Jake that tried to turn to Esau as a stronghold, man. That tried to cover themselves with the shadow of Egypt. They've always fallen by the wayside, man. Whether you got scenarios like, you know, I'm going to digress. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep reading. Right? Sirach 12 and 11. Matter of fact, let me read 10 again. I ain't finished that. Never trust thine enemy, man. But like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, man. You see, this nigga rusted over. If they do it good, they do it unwillingly, man. Scripture says, Proverbs 4, they don't sleep lest they cause some to fall. And they want to cause you, Jake, to fall mainly. You see? Esau got his scopeo on you, Jake. Understanding that you're in the way of his synthetic immortality, of his synthetic birthright he sold. Us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are in the way of that. So we're his number one enemy. And he's shown that time and time again. But nope, you stupid niggas still want to slide to the left and then slide to the right, hold this nigga's hand. Okay? You end up in a reservoir somewhere, in a dumpster, you know, through. Trust and do. You see? Let me continue on. Sirach 12 and 11, and it reads, Salakia, though he humble himself and go crouching, he's good at that. Esau's good at making himself look innocent. Okay, that's part of the deception he's been blessed with. He's been given the ability to deceive. And how do we know that? Genesis tells us that. What's that? The 3rd chapter. He was the most cunning beast in the field, man. All right, that same spirit that was in the serpent is in Esau. You see, that same spirit that was in the serpent was in Cain, right? It was and it's in Esau. You see, he's been given the gift to deceive, his deception. He'll throw on a 3-piece suit, comb his hair over, execute the shaver or razor rather, and boom. You know, now he's moving around the earth like a gentle beast. You know, with $1 million words, able to make you think that he's harmless and he wouldn't hurt a fly, unbeknownst to you. Okay? Not only would he take your life, but he'll drink your blood and then he'll eat you up. Literally. Okay? You see? And then say part of your memorabilia, say part of you as memorabilia. He has a history of doing it. He did that to her. Look up what's that? Delectable Negro. There it goes. Look that up. All right? You see, I'm not exaggerating. You know? But let me continue on. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. All right, that's why his blood comes forth. All right, this is why he's crimson. He's red. Red is a warning. We gotta beware of this dude, man. And again, you know, take that. Hey, all through the spirit. Understand? I gotta qualify this. There's gonna be Israelites that look like Esau, being that we've been scattered. You know, but it through the spirit. The spirit will pinpoint and target and isolate if that's an Edomite. You'll be able to see it through the spirit. You know? Like them were all full-blooded Edomites that descended upon that Jake. In that video. See? There's a spirit that's on him. You know? Obviously Jake that, you know, that looks like him or any of the other nations, you can see through the spirit. The salt on them, they're different. You can look in their eyes, man, break bread with them. You're like, yo, it's a Jake. You know it's a Jake. You can feel it. You know? It's all through the spirit, but obviously via genealogy, you know. But again, you don't want to get lost in the sauce with looking upon, you know, thinking, you know what I mean. You got it's all through the spirit. But needless to say, continuing on to make it make sense. All right, for the majority, Esau is the self-proclaimed looking white man. Okay, for the majority. Let me continue on. Right, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. Right, you can look right through a looking glass. Right, you can see right through it. And thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. It's the same dude. Okay, the same dude that went in, the same demons that went and let us go through the King's Highway. All right, these are the same demons today. All right, more equipped. All right, with forms of technology and deception, and that much more wicked. Okay, that much more wicked. I'm gonna jump to Sirach 14 real quick. And we'll close out with this. The book of Ecclesiastes, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 14 and verse 5, and it reads, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? Okay, and the answer to that is nobody. Esau's covetous, he's rapacious. He only cares about himself. Okay, he doesn't even care about the regular Joe six-pack Edomites. How much more you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American? He shall not take pleasure in his goods, man. Hold on, because he's never satisfied. Bear with me. Like we mentioned, he's never satisfied. He's rapacious. He's aggressively greedy. He's to the point now, right, where he's not satisfied with blood no more. Esau's to the point now where he wants your spirit, right, in the form of this MOTB. He wants spirit now. He's spirit mongering now. You know, he's already indulged in the blood. He's through with that. He's trying to take it to the next level. But anyways, check this out. I'm gonna jump down to verse 7, right? And it reads, and if he doeth good, He doeth it unwillingly. And at the last, he will declare his wickedness, man. And you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that don't want to hearken, that don't want to repent, all right? You don't want to believe the report that's being spoken unto you by the servants, the prophets. You're going to fall victim, okay, to this man's wickedness being declared. Because ultimately, you're going to be in the position where you're right in the line of his destruction. You're going to be right in line with it. Let me close out with this to show you that. See, this man is behind the scenes doing all types of wickedness, man. You have no idea, Jake. The book of Ecclesiastes, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 13 and verse 1, and it reads, he that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith, right? And Esau's likened unto this pitch, this substance that's hard to get off. And let's prove it. Let's continue reading. And he that have fellowship with a proud man, okay, that buzzword proud, that's talking to evil E, right? Shall be like unto him, man. Okay, so you have fellowship with this dude. Guess what? You're going to fall with him. Because, hey, make no doubt about it, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is on his way to settle the score with this guy. All right, everything that he's done to us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, first and foremost, you know, everything that he's done to the planet, all right, to creation, okay? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has a score to settle with dude. Okay, and if you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans are still in the mindset of celebrating Christmas, your birthday, you're looking forward to 4th of July, okay? You're all up in the mix. You see, you're taking part in these reprobate holidays. Your mind is, and you're ensnared in the ways of Babylon. Okay, the spirit of Babylon's on you, right? And not the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. You're going to fall victim. Because make no doubt about it, the Lord's coming to deal with this guy. Okay? And the warning's only going to go out so much. And the old boy's lucky he didn't lose his life. Because they were in a rural area in the middle of nowhere. And who knows, that sheriff ain't no good. Because you know when you in a sundown town, the sheriff works cohesively with the people. And they work together to hide your shit. They'll do you in and hide you. All right? And the law enforcement will be part of it. They'll help, you know what I mean? You never be found again. Yeah, you ever seen The Hills Have Eyes? You know? And that'll be the end of it. So old boy's lucky. You know, if you want to be honest, he made it out of there alive. You know? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. But this should be hey, repent, Jake. You know, hey, we ain't gonna be out here. This is a song that's being sung that at some point or another, pursuant to Amos 8 and 11, is gonna go off. Okay, this song's gonna go off at some point, and when it does, you better hope you know the lyrics. I'm gonna leave you with that, beloved Akim and Akwaf. Lord willing, you were edified. Lord willing, you were spiritually fed. I gotta run. I'm behind. I'm already late. Let me see. Hey, shalom to all you beloved Akim and Akwaf on the comment board. Hey, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Barakatham. Hey, the water for your precepts, beloved brother Kazakban. Yahweh, the water. Hey, Shakar, Yasha Allah, Shalom Mak. It looked like they took you out last night, brother. I seen that. You were live. They took you out. Esau done took you out. Let me know what happened with that. You know? Through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. You must be doing something right. You know, when Esau pinpoints and targets you, take your video down, sends you a letter, sends you that mail. You know, you're doing something right through the spirit. You already know. But hey, I'm going to leave you with that, beloved Akim and Akwaf, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Hey, Lord willing, you were spiritually fed, and Lord willing, you were edified. Hey, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Barakatham. Hey, Shalom.